sometimes have those moments of self-doubt. You know that you offer a great service deep down, but somehow your ideal clients aren't exactly lining up at your door begging to work with you. In this video, I'm going to talk about 5 reasons you may not have considered which could be acting as barriers to buying for these clients, and of course what you can do to overcome these barriers. Stay to the end for access to my free download with 20 different ideas for more effective calls to action. I'm Rachel Roberts, and I help ELT and ESL freelancers like you work out the best ways to use their talents to earn more and work less. Number 1, not being sufficiently visible. No one can hire you if they don't know that you exist, or perhaps they once saw a post from you a while back. Many of my clients tell me that they hate self-promotion. In fact, one member of my membership, the Confident ELT Freelancer Collective, recently said to me, "I'm as horrified by self-promotion on LinkedIn as I would be by walking into a room full of my colleagues, strangers, and potential employers and shouting out my achievements." I wouldn't want to do that either. But we need to consider what the purpose of posting on LinkedIn or any other social media platform actually is. It's not about showing off. That's pretty unlikely to get us clients. Rather, it's about making sure that people know exactly how we can help them and why we might be exactly what they've been looking for. And they won't know if we don't tell them. So we aren't doing them any favours by keeping quiet about this. We're simply making it harder for them to get the help that they need. So rather than self-promotion, look at it as providing helpful information. Those people who aren't interested can just scroll on by. Why do we use the word self-promotion anyway? We're not promoting ourselves. We're promoting the services of our business. Any light bulb moments so far? Let me know in the comments. Number 2, confusion. Are people really clear about what it is you offer? It's all too easy to make assumptions about this. We think it's obvious, but just because we know what we do, it doesn't mean that everybody else does. Go back and look at your social media profiles again and try and see them through the eyes of a stranger who knows nothing about you. Do they unambiguously tell people who you help, what you help them with, and how you help them? If you're clear about these things, that's a great start. You just need to make sure now that you say it clearly, often, and everywhere. On the other hand, if you're not clear about these things, that brings us to a whole new issue: niche. Number 3, no clear niche. A niche is a way of describing the different facets of your business, who you help, how you help them, and what you help them with. People often think it's something like IELTS preparation, but in my experience, that's still much too broad. Think about all the different people who take IELTS for a whole range of different reasons. Then think about how those different people learn, what kind of teacher they might prefer, how much time they have available, and so on. To be effective, your marketing really needs to speak directly to these people and show them that you fully understand them and their situation and their needs. You can't do that if you're trying to talk to everyone. Instead, your messaging gets wishy-washy, watered down, and you end up not really communicating or connecting with anyone. Niching doesn't mean that you can only take on a particular type of client or work, but it does mean focusing your marketing much more precisely. Do you have a teaching niche? Tell us about it in the comments. Number 4, lack of trust. You may know that the service you offer is exceptional. I hope you do. But how do you expect other people to know this? Working with you may just feel too risky. So what can you do to put people's minds at rest? This is where putting out regular posts on social media can really help. These can demonstrate that you understand what you're doing and that you know what you're talking about. For example, you can demonstrate that you understand the IELTS exam and the strategies required inside out, and that you know how to teach the different skills and sub-skills that are required. But it's also an opportunity for people to actually get to know you and to have some understanding of what it might be like to work with you. You can also build trust through your branding. You don't necessarily have to have professional branding, especially when you're just starting out, but consistency and a professional appearance and choices that say something about the kind of person that you are will go a long way towards establishing trust with potential clients. Last but not least, testimonials. If you can get people who've worked with you before to describe what their problems or aspirations were and how you helped them to solve them or fulfill them, this will allow your potential clients to see exactly how you could help them with the same kind of things. And this will help you to build a lot more trust and credibility. Number 5, using your CTAs correctly. A CTA is a call to action that you put on a social media post. Why do we do this? Because for each post that we put out, we need to know what we want people to do as a result of it. Do we want them to engage? Do we want them to contact us? What do we want them to do? And the call to action will give people some indication of what it is that you want them to do and will encourage them to take that step. All too often I see people posting lovely, engaging, interesting posts week after week that either don't have a call to action at all or sometimes have far too many call to actions, leaving people a bit overwhelmed or confused. If you don't have a call to action, people may read the post and just assume that you're a lovely, kind-hearted person, you probably are, who just wants to share some stuff for free. If you have something to offer, tell people about it and encourage them to take the next step. Check the description of this video to download my free guide with 20 CTAs you could use to give your posts more impact and reduce your potential clients' barriers to buying. In the next video coming up on the screen, I'm going to be answering one of the questions I get asked most often: how to go about effectively pricing your services as an ELT or ESL freelancer.